sportscamps.com for more information.
We welcome you to Pittsburgh and women's gymnastics tonight on the ACC Network with the Pitt Panthers hosting the 23rd ranked Clemson Tigers. Tigers lead the ACC in their first season. Panthers coming off a first ACC win. Jeff Hathorn, former NCAA gymnast Olivia Miller. Panthers coming off a really good performance against UNC.
Yeah, absolutely. The Panthers did a fantastic job last weekend, setting a lot of career highs and scoring their third best score in program history.
For the Tigers, consistent all year despite this being their inaugural season.
Yeah, the Tigers have really started out the season strong on all four events, but especially over on the floor exercise. A lot of difficult passes, a lot of great talent, and a lot of really, really strong performances over there on floor.
Yeah, their lines have been solid. Their scores have been even better. They dropped at 9-8 in their last meet.
Yeah, being able to drop a 9-8 in any lineup is just absolutely fantastic and just an testament to how well they've been doing this season.
You see the two 9.95s. Those aren't exclusive to Clemson. The Panthers also with the 9.95 is Jalea Bedminster, perfect on vault.
Yeah, she did a beautiful Yurchenko pull over there on vault. Fantastic stuck landing and scores a perfect 9.95, which is the highest score you can get over there on that vault. And she set a career high, not only over on vault, but also over on the floor exercise.
They had a 9.9 on floor. You see the career highs. Third highest score in program history this early, really into the season still. The Panthers, we highlighted the Tigers on floor. The Panthers, 4 gymnasts with a 9.825. It'll make any coach dance when you have those kind of numbers on the floor. Casey Jo McPherson, first-year Panther coach, really excited about that performance from her team.
Yeah, Casey Jo has done a fantastic job and has really been super proud of her team all year long.
As is Amy Smith. She's done a great job coming over from Utah State. You think about all that goes into building a program, all that time that you're invested in, and finally you get into the routine of being able to be a coach.
Yeah, it takes a lot to build a team and to build a program and to build a name for yourself. And Amy Smith has done a fantastic job being that first season head coach here for Clemson and really bringing a lot of attraction over to gymnastics and especially bringing attraction to gymnastics at Clemson.
Not just attraction, but athletes from Utah. 6 came over with her to help build this program. And so there's more experience than you might think in a program. It's not all freshmen that have never performed before. This is a group that has experience. Kennedy Duke will lead off for the Panthers. We will be in Olympic rotation here inside the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. Thank you for joining us tonight. This should be a fun event, and let's get it going.
We'll start off strong here with Kennedy, starting with a really strong Yurchenko full with a little bit of a step back on that landing, but you can see Duke is very excited for that vault and a great way for the Panthers to start off the meet. Let's take another look here. So over on vault, we're looking for a lot of very dynamic vaults. You want the vault to be high, you want it to be powerful, and you're trying to make a small minimal landing. So you want to stick every landing that you can here in the sport of gymnastics.
Kennedy Duke coming off an illness from where she only competed in one event.
Yeah, unfortunately, gymnastics is in the sport of winter, so there's always a lot to go on here.
Rebecca Wells, the senior from Tennessee, will start off on bars for the Clemson Tigers.
Coming into this meet, Wells is one of those athletes that Coach Amy Smith had talked a lot that she's really a gamer is how she described her. A really aggressive athlete. You can see there from that first handstand, just very aggressive over on this event. Starting off with a Tkachev, straight back down to the low bar with a shoot over.
Wells with a high of 9.85 on bars this year.
You can see, I love seeing that she's attacking all of those handstands, being really aggressive. Just a little bit of a step on that full-out dismount there, but again, a really, really aggressive bar routine from Wells, which just shows how strong of a leader she is here for this Clemson Tiger team. Take another look here at that Tkachev. Back down to the bar with a shoot over. Another look here at her dismount. Again, just the smallest little hop back, but a really, really solid way for the Tigers to start on bars.
Emily Todd for the second time ever for herself on vaults, coming off a career high, 9.675. Looking to build on that here tonight.
And we'll see a little bit of a more unique vault here. She does a front tuck half. Pretty big step back there, but again, a really aggressive vault from Todd.
Kennedy Duke, a 9.825 to start it out for the Panthers on vault.
We'll take another look here. So you can see that Todd approaches the vault facing forward, and then she will do a front tuck half twist off, which is, I would say, one of the more unique vaults that we'll see here tonight.
It's a great camera angle to be able to watch that. Eve Jackson is up next for Clemson. Just a junior all the way from Los Angeles.
Jackson, another one of those athletes that Smith had said was really a lead by example athlete. So maybe one of those athletes that just goes in every single weekend, does her gymnastics like she does in practice, and has really just been a rock here for this Clemson Tiger team.
9.875 is her high for the season. .9775 for Wells.
Starting off with another really aggressive handstand into a huge straddle Jaeger back down to the low bar, the shoot over. And so far, it's been great to see every athlete over on bars really hold those handstands. And a full out dismount, bit of a step forward, so she's just the slightest bit under rotated, so has to take that step. But regardless, it's a really aggressive bar routine and puts an exclamation when you hold those handstands over on bars. We can take another look here at that dismount, that full out. So 2 flips, 1 twist, and you can see she had her chest down just a little bit on that landing, so it forces her to take that step. But aside from that, a really, really aggressive routine.
Araya Simons is up next. Last meet, she had a 9.825 on vault, bars, and beam. That's consistency.
Absolutely. Being a 5th year, she's a very consistent athlete and has just recently added back in a stuck Yurchenko full. You can see how happy she is. And I know Simmons has been working really hard to bring back vault after having some prior Achilles injuries leading up to this 5th year, but she has really come back strong on this event for the Panthers.
But after a 9.6 from Todd.
You can see Yurchenko full, nice stuck landing. You can see she twists just a little bit early on the table, but regardless, chest up, stuck landing, that's what the judges want to see.
And here's someone to watch for the next 3.5 years. Lily Lippett, the redshirt freshman from Mason, Ohio. 2 times she is the ACC Newcomer of the Week.
Yeah, Lippett has been one of those athletes that, again, is only a freshman, but she's brought a lot of experience, young experience here to this Tiger team. Being a former elite gymnast herself, she brings a lot of confidence over on bars. Unfortunately, her ray was just a little off there, so she has to come off.
Eve Jackson had a 9.8, so far 9.775 and a 9.8.
Just another look there, that's called a ray. And you can see she might have been just a little bit too close. So unfortunately, she just has to come off, but it's really important for any athlete after a mistake is made to get back and finish the routine strong, which I know is how Lippett is planning to do the rest of this routine. So she repeats the ray there, back down to the low bar with her pack salto, because that was a connection skill, so she wanted to repeat that connection to get the credit for it. And a beautiful last handstand there, all the way up, all the way vertical, straight into her blindfold double back dismount. A little bit of a hop forward, but again, a really strong way for Lippett to finish off that bar routine. We see here that blindfold, maybe a little bit short of vertical, straight into her double tuck. Just a little bit of a hop forward.
Araya Simons with a 9.85, and now Struthi Anand will go for the Panthers. 5th year out of Charlotte, former NC State, so it's always been a rivalry for her against Clemson.
You see here another unique vault. It was a pike half. Unfortunately, she did fall on that, but again, the way that gymnastics works is there are 6 routines that go up and 5 routines will count. So you take a look here, she just might have been a little bit off hitting the table. So unfortunately, She kind of bends her legs a little bit there, you can see. So an unfortunate fall there for Pittsburgh. But again, there are 6 athletes that go on the event, and then we have 5 scores that will actually count. So we're able to drop a score that's maybe the lowest score.
Kaitlyn DeGuzman, the transfer from Kentucky.
DeGuzman, another very decorated athlete all through her gymnastics career, and coming off of being a club athlete, she was a great competitor and brings a lot of experience as well here to the Tigers.
Has a career high 9.925, now set to go.
Starting off here with a straddle Jaeger, directly back down to the low bar with the shoot over. And just the dismount left here for DeGuzman. Double layout, small step on the landing, but a really solid way for the Tigers to get back on track.
So we saw the coach right there with her. What is a coach permitted to do right now?
Yeah, so the coach, whenever they're standing there, they're not allowed to actually touch the athlete. That's actually a deduction, but the coach is allowed to give some visual cues to the athlete and guide them if they need it over on bars. So they can't touch the athlete, but they're allowed to guide.
So now Sierra Ward, as DeGuzman followed up a score that Clemson wants to drop, and we'll see if Sierra Ward can do the same thing for a score the Panthers would like to drop.
Ward here, 5th-year senior, staple in the vault lineup. Step back on the landing, but again, another really strong vault here and a great way for Pittsburgh to get back on track as well over on vault. Take another look here. Ward has just been a great athlete, a wonderful 5th-year senior here for this Panther team, and has really done a lot leading inside and outside of the gym, and has brought so much experience on especially vault.
So a freshman now for the Tigers, Trinity Webb from Missouri. One other time has done bars 9.825 against NC State. So inexperienced, but you see, and at one time she's done it, she's been really good.
You see Webb here as she gets underway over on bars. Starting off with the Maloney. Back down to the low bar with the shoot over. Beautiful shapes there on that pack salto. Just a little bit shy of vertical on that pirouette. Again, just a little bit short on that handstand there. Just the dismount. Double layout, a little bit of a hop, but a gorgeous routine there for Webb and any athlete here. Being a freshman, first time competing. It's really great to get experience and continue to just build confidence as you go in and week out. Take another look at that dismount there. Double layout. You can see her feet were pretty much together, straight, and that's really what the judges are looking for form-wise.
So 2 good scores following falls for both the Tigers and Clemson. A 9.8 for DeGuzman, 9.825 for Ward, and now last time Jalea Bedminster did this, she brought the house down.
Absolutely. I know she'll be looking for it again here, but just looking to repeat what she did last weekend. So Yurchenko full, and that is pretty much an exact replica of what we saw last weekend here at the field house. A stuck Yurchenko full. Gorgeous landing. You can see she is thrilled about it. Almost like Groundhog Day here. You can see there, Yurchenko full. She just glues her feet. In a good way, in a good way. She just glues her feet to the ground there. You can see she's really fighting with her toes to just avoid any steps, and that's just a lot of drive and ambition from that athlete right there.
Good start for the Panthers. Lauren Rutherford was going to go on even bars. She is not feeling well, so Trinity Brown is going to take her spot. Redshirt sophomore from Maryland, another Utah State transfer.
Starting off with a huge Maloney there. Back down to the low bar with the shoot over. And another gorgeous last handstand. Clemson has done a great job with their handstands over on bars. Just a small step on the landing, but another solid routine to step in for a teammate.
How unusual is it to have this kind of depth with a program that's so early in its existence?
Yeah, that's something that Coach Amy Smith had talked a lot about, was just building depth. And she really emphasized the fact that, hey, if your number is 8 or 9 in a lineup spot, doesn't mean you'll never compete this season. That means you're better be ready to go whenever you need them.
So Julia Rodomazzo will perform an exhibition here for the Panthers. 9-9 for Bedminster.
Just a little bit off from perfect, but still a really great score. We see there Yurchenko full, small step forward, but another really strong exhibition. And an exhibition spot is an opportunity for an athlete to go and compete in an event without actually having that score count towards the team total. So that was another great opportunity for Rodomazzo to just get opportunities to have competition experience.
And it doesn't mean there's no pressure, because you're putting on that performance to try to get yourself into the lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. An exhibition spot can sometimes be almost a little more stressful than actually being in the lineup, because you're really trying to prove yourself as to why you deserve to be in that lineup and fighting for that spot.
Another California athlete for the Tigers, Dakota Berry, will do an exhibition for Clemson. Trinity Webb, a 9.775. We're waiting for Trinity Brown's score.
Gorgeous Maloney back down to the low bar with the pack. Again, just a little bit shy there on that handstand on the high bar. And just the dismount there. A stuck double layout. Gorgeous way to end off that bar rotation for Clemson.
So Jalea Bedminster with a 9-9 for the Panthers. And it's Pitt with the early lead here over Clemson as we're through one rotation in Pittsburgh. Early lead over Clemson through one rotation as the teams will flip. We'll see the Panthers go over to bars and Clemson go over to the vault. You know, we've seen some good performances last week. Bedminster could be in line after that vault to have it be another one of those specialists of the week.
Yeah, absolutely. She's been a really rock-solid athlete over for the Panthers on vault and all around, honestly. So it's really great to see her compete constantly, day in and day out, consistently. And
we see Emily Shepard, no stranger to these type of awards, a 9-9 on the floor, second consecutive win. And we saw Bedminster last week. And then Maggie Holman, the best newcomer. Look at those numbers for a newcomer into the ACC.
Yeah, it's been great to see a lot of the ACC conference bring a lot of strong gymnastics, a lot of strong athletes here, and they've really done a fantastic job all around from, you know, week in and week out, just bringing a lot of attention to the sport of gymnastics.
So the Panthers with an early lead here, but it's Clemson leading the ACC, and they are doing so in front of packed crowds. It's cool to see the excitement for Tigers gymnastics.
Yeah, they have done a fantastic job, and that's something that Amy Smith had really talked about, was just bringing attention to the sport and really just drawing in the fans and letting them know that gymnastics is a big deal.
Of course, NC State wanting to stay close with Clemson getting off to a really fast start in the conference, and then the Panthers coming off that season high, third best score in program history, and winning that home opener in the ACC against North Carolina. We've still got 3 rotations to go. It's the Panthers with a very tight lead over NC State early here at Pitt.
Would like to thank everyone for attending tonight's gymnastics prize meet.
Pitt Athletic Director Heather Lyke is fond to say you win with people, you also win with facilities, and Clemson's standalone facility is spectacular.
Yeah, their new facility is absolutely state-of-the-art. It just opened up in fall of 2023, so I know the team has been really excited to have an opportunity to compete at world-class training facilities.
They're not the only ones getting new digs. Victory Heights for the Panthers will include a whole new gymnastics training facility, which will be a huge upgrade for Pitt Gymnastics.
Yeah, I know Heather Lyke has been really excited about this project for a long time now, and I know the athletes are super excited about it as well. It will only help to build recruiting and training apparatuses and just, again, continue to build around the sport of gymnastics.
And that will include a competition arena along with practice facility. That will be awesome for both programs. Of course, the Clemson one, as you see, with Victory Heights, $240 million. There'll be volleyball and wrestling involved as well. 3,000 seats, a really nice size, because then you kind of create a demand for people to come. I know the 8,000 at Littlejohn is pretty awesome, but the 3,000 will be a really good fit for the Panthers. And Casey Jo McPherson, one of the things that excited her about this job were the new facilities here at Pitt. We switch. The Panthers go over to bars and vault for Clemson. Rebecca Wells will lead off again for the Tigers for the second straight rotation.
And
Julia Roda-Matzo will start on bars for Pitt.
And you'll see here over on vault for the Tigers, they have a lot of really difficult vaults. So really something to keep in mind here is a lot of these vaults will be starting at a 10.0. So that's a perfect score. Whereas some of the vaults we had seen prior with Pittsburgh's rotation had only started at a 9.95. So a lot of great opportunity here for some scoring potential for the Tigers.
Well, the lights are bright when it comes to vault.
Get underway here for the Tigers, starting off with Rebecca Wells. Yurchenko full, small hop on the landing, but again, a really strong way for the Tigers to keep that momentum flowing from bars. Take another look here at that vault. You see a Yurchenko full, so this is one of those vaults that starts at a 9.95 like we had seen with the Panthers, but we'll see to build some difficulty here for the Tigers.
You see on the back, on some of the backs of the Clemson Tigers, it is the annual Pride Meet here at Pittsburgh where they celebrate diversity. It's cool that both teams kind of get into that concept, that thought process. Roda-Matzo now for the Panthers.
You see here, just a freshman from Norway starting off on bars. With the Maloney, back down to the low bar with the shoot over. Small foot separation there. You see a toe hand straight into a Stalder, unique scale over on bars, right into a double back. Small step on the landing, but a really solid way for the freshman to start off and lead off these Panther bar rotation.
A career high of 9.8 for Julie.
See here another look at her dismount. It's just really great to see that she's a freshman and leading off that bar rotation. That's such a large role to fill, is being that first athlete and set the tone for that rotation for any team.
From freshman to freshman, and the debut of Kate Bryant from Littleton, Colorado.
I know head coach Amy Smith had been really excited to hopefully see her in the lineup tonight, so it's great to see that she's worked her way into this really strong lineup here. The Yurchenko full, maybe tries a little bit too hard on that stick with a step and a little bit of a chest down, but you can see she was really fighting there for a stick, which is ambition that you would love to see in a vault lineup for sure. Take another look here at Yurchenko full. She takes a little bit of a step, but really is going for that stick, which that's how you really try to keep building scores on each event. It's just by that stuck landing.
Faith Lero for the Panthers. Rebecca Wells, a 9.85 on vault, 9.75 for Roda-Matzo on bars. And now Faith Lero. Senior has fought through so much.
Starting off here with the Maloney. Back down to the low bar with the shoot over. And Lero, another one of those athletes, like we said, has really fought her way into the lineup, just improving every single week. You can see there at that last handstand, straight and vertical. And another really hard-fought stick for Faith. Just like we had seen last week, she's fighting for that landing and fighting to keep her spot in that lineup, and she's done a fantastic job week in and week out. She's really, really developed over on this event, and it's been great to see her just continue to build and really become more and more confident. You can see there, just a little balance check, just again, fighting for every 10th you can with landings.
Kate Bryant with a 9.7. Molly Arnold now, a transfer from Utah State, from Bloomington, Minnesota. 9.85 is her high on vault this year. Had a 9.8 against the Panthers earlier this season.
And this should be one of those 10-0 start values that we were talking about with the Yurchenko 1.5, which was actually new for Molly Arnold this year. Yurchenko half, hop forward, but again, that's a new vault for her, something she had learned just this year, and it's great to see that it's competition ready, and she has done a fantastic job over on that event for the Tigers. So you can see Yurchenko 1.5 twists, so it has an extra half twist in there. Just a small hop forward, but a really dynamic vault over for the Tigers.
Maria Simons be up next for the Panthers. Simons with a 9.85 on vault.
Simons here again, like we said before, she's really been a standout athlete transferring from Illinois State. She brings a lot of the competitive experience. She's one of those fifth-year seniors that is looking to lead this team wherever she can.
So Lira with a 9.75.
See Simons here starting off with a ray, huge ray, back down to the low bar with the shoot over. Gorgeous handstand there. Straight into a blindfold, double tuck. Maybe a stuck landing. Can't quite tell if that foot stepped back just a little bit. We'll take another look here for sure. See that ray, that release skill. And then here's that dismount again. And maybe just a little bit of a movement there with that left foot, but again, really minimal deductions, not giving the judges any room to take much of anything. Casey Joe is happy about that one, you can see.
Molly Arnold with a 9.775. Madison Minner is up next for the Tigers. Minner, a redshirt sophomore from South Carolina.
And Minner, you can see, being a native to South Carolina, she actually learned this tucked Yurchenko 1.5 in preseason. And she was actually at the club gym that Clemson was training at prior to the new facility being built. So this new vault for her has been a really great staple to the lineup. You see Yurchenko tucked 1.5, very difficult, still a 10-0 start value. Brings a lot of experience, a lot of great enthusiasm here to the Tigers.
Now the first time we will see Jordan Ewing Jr. from Nova Scotia. Won beam earlier this year against Kent State.
Next to compete for the Panthers, Jordan Ewing.
Ewing has been an outstanding athlete here. Has really stepped into her own, has built a lot of confidence, and has just always been an aggressive athlete. But this year in particular, she's been more and more aggressive and just continuing to gain confidence. Starting off here with a piked Jaeger. She really reached to grab that bar there, just grabbing by the fingertips. Back down to the low bar with the shoot over. Blind full, straight into a double tuck, and she stuck that landing, found it. Again, great air awareness, and just another stuck landing here for the Panthers. Take another look at this Jaeger. Really, really impressive. She was quite far, but she really reaches forward to grab the bar. You see that blindfold to double tuck, and she just drills the landing, chest up. Great routine for Ewing.
Now the ACC newcomer of the week this week, Maggie Holman.
Is Maggie Holman.
Holman just up the road in Raleigh.
You can see here, she'll be doing a pike front half. Small step, great landing here for the Tigers. And again, this is another new vault for Holman, just learning it this preseason. So not only did she learn a new vault, but she learned a new vault and is a 10-0 start value. So really, really strong vaulter, and has been a great scorer here over on vault for the Tigers.
She's following up a 9.8 from Minner.
Just super dynamic athlete.
Emily Todd will be up next for the Panthers. Simons with a 9.825. As you see the scores for Clemson on vault. Emily Todd has been outstanding in her first year on bars. Todd follows the Ewing 9.8.
See Todd here starting out for the Pike Jaeger. Very floaty athlete over on bars, so a lot of patience to get on top of the bar here. He's actually named ACC Newcomer of the Week earlier this season. Has brought a lot here to this Pittsburgh team. Right into her double tuck, a little bit of a hop on the landing, but again, a really, really strong second event over there for Todd.
Maggie Holman with a 9.75. So right now Clemson would drop a 9.7 on vault.
You can see here the team is just really excited, supporting each other. So much excitement there. It's really important that this is a team sport. Everybody really helps to cheer each other on and bring the energy for each athlete.
So Trinity Brown gets a second opportunity. You see her vault average as she subbed in on bars.
Yurchenko full, small foot movement, but again, another really great dynamic vault over there for the Clemson Tigers.
It's powerful, something you notice right away.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something that definitely was of note with all these Clemson vaults. They're all very, very dynamic. They get a lot of height off the table. And you can see Brown here, a lot of great height off the table with just the smallest step back, but a really, really strong vault rotation for the Clemson Tigers.
Now Jalea Bedminster, after another solid vault for Bedminster. See what she can follow up here on bars.
Bedminster being a senior transfer from Long Island University. She's actually competed in this arena prior, and it's been great to see her as a Panther bring a lot of experience. Starting out with Maloney.
See Todd's score there.
Toe hand right down to the low bar with the shoot over, just a little bit loose there. And just looking up to finish up with this dismount. Double layout, small step back, but a hit routine, solid routine there for the Panthers.
A 9.875 for Trinity Brown on vault.
Take another look there at that shoot over. So you can see she just lost a little bit of form in the air, maybe gets a little bit loose. But again, it's really important to just stay patient and let the bar take you. See that dismount there, that double layout, small step back. But again, another solid hit routine there for Bedminster.
We're expected to get an exhibition from Kennedy Duke.
And again, that exhibition spot just being an extra slot for an athlete to get competition experience. And I know Duke was out last weekend to illness, so probably just building up her stamina and continuing to go out and compete. You can see Duke here getting ready for her bar routine. She's been an athlete for the Panthers that have just continued to build and to grow. She's added in a lot of different events this year. She's really continuing to grow as an athlete, only being a sophomore.
You see how tight it is. 9.65 for Bedminster.
Big exhibition for the Panthers, Kennedy Duke.
23rd ranked Clemson Tigers.
Duke starting off with the Maloney. Back down to the low bar with the pack. Should just be the dismount left here for Duke.
Really, she's added this to her, trying to add this to her repertoire from last year. Sophomore from Canada with a good performance we are tight between these two teams. ACC leading Clemson, and the Pitt Panthers will give us some scores when we continue here from the University of Pittsburgh. You're watching ACC Women's Gymnastics. Being a girl dad, but you being an athlete, you've seen it really grow, and it really is awesome to see how the fans are coming out more and more every year for women's sports.
Absolutely. It's always great to see a lot of growth in any sport, but specifically in the sport of gymnastics. It's like one of those sports that you lead by example. You have a lot of young athletes, a lot of young gymnasts who, look up to you and really look forward to watching you compete in the NCAA.
And energy makes a difference for you, doesn't it? I mean, really,
yeah.
You guys feed off the crowd.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, feeding off your team is great, but sometimes it's honestly better to actually have a larger crowd and just get a lot of energy that just helps to fuel you through the meet.
Well, this crowd is seeing a very tight competition between Pitt and the Clemson Tigers. We'll head into the third rotation as we continue. Clemson with a tight lead over the Panthers. Welcome back to the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. You are about to see one of the best floor routines in the country from a redshirt sophomore. Bree Clark has had a tremendous year.
Yeah, you can see here just from her scores. I mean, scoring above a 9.9 in every meet that she's competed at this entire season just shows how strong of an athlete she is and how much of a leader she's been over on floor for the Tigers.
Last year at Utah State, she won floor 9 times. You don't have that many meets, and she won it 9 times.
It's extremely impressive. She's just one to watch for over on this event, and it will be a great, exciting routine, I am sure.
As we head into the third rotation, and you see the slim lead for the Clemson Tigers over the Pitt Panthers. Panthers will go to beam with Clemson on floor, and beam is always a difference maker, it seems like, in any meet, especially one as tight as this. Saw that with the Tigers. They struggled on beam last meet and couldn't overcome it even with a tremendous floor routine. Panthers will start with Emily Todd on beam.
That ends the touch warm-up period.
We'll see here. We'll get beam started off with Emily Todd, the freshman from England.
And, Raina Garvey and Hallie Copperwheat there towards the end, two that have dealt with injuries themselves, but were a big part of the Panthers' win against North Carolina.
Yeah, this beam team has really worked to develop, and that's something that I know Casey Joe is really excited about, is just getting to know how to approach her athletes and how to help motivate them. And, at this point in the season, she has really come into her own and learned how to navigate each athlete, and Todd has been a great staple here for this beam lineup for Pitt. See here, starting with that candlestick mount. Things to look for over on beam. We're looking for a lot of great dance, a lot of showmanship, your eyes off the beam, a lot of great dance, but especially with all of these skills, there's a lot of different skills you do on beam, and just landing without any wiggles, no bobbles here on beam. Starting off with a switch leap, split jump, that leap combination, looking for leaps to be high and the split to be a perfect 180 degrees. It's just one of those events. A lot of it is just practice and experience. And there's that handspring layout, step out series. Super solid so far. Just the dismount, tucked front full, small hop on the landing, but a really great start here for Pittsburgh.
9.7 is her career high. She's got a chance to beat that with that performance.
Yeah, and I think she should be able to do that here. Get another look at that series. Back handspring, back layout, no movement. Great. Her legs are straight, her toes are pointed. Just really that small hop there on that landing. Great way for Todd to start off that rotation.
3 times this year, Maggie Holman has had a 9.9 on the floor. She will lead off for the Tigers.
Things to to keep in mind on floor, just all these tumbling passes will be super high, powerful, and dynamic. So you're looking for all of the landings to have chest up and minimal steps. You're starting off with the front double full, and that's actually an E-rated skill, meaning it's really difficult and one of the most difficult skills that you can do in the sport of gymnastics. She makes it look super easy.
Is that what the E stands for? Ease?
Ease. One could only wish. See, gorgeous switch side to Popa as an elite pass. You can see head coach Amy Smith down there in the corner, clapping and staying excited here for her athletes.
Holman was a 13-time all-around champion in high school.
Yeah, she brings a lot of great experience. Rudy, back layout, step out. And a great start there for Clemson over on floor. Take another look here. This is a front tumbling, front double full. That's that E-level skill, that really challenging skill there. There's that Rudy. It's a back layout, step out.
Julie Rodham-Matzo is up next for the Panthers. A career high for Emily Todd, 9.725.
Like we said here, Rodham-Matzo being just a freshman, pretty far from home, coming from Norway, but has really adjusted well to the NCAA and college gymnastics. There's a lot of adjusting for anybody in the sport of gymnastics at the NCAA level. But she's really grown into herself, starting off with a great back handspring back layout. Front tuck, small step back on that landing. Really fighting through every skill here. Switch leap to what I always called a splash down, which makes it look really easy and floaty. Beat jump into a ring jump there. Another really unique skill. It's great to see a lot of variation in the skills over here on beam. Just adds a lot of variety, and that's the beauty of the sport of gymnastics. And just a gainer full off the side with a stuck landing. You can see Rodham-Matzo pretty happy about that one. You can take another look here at that front tuck. You can see that left foot just a little bit having to slide. But again, a nice stuck landing there on her dismount.
So two solid performances for the Panthers as Trinity Brown is up next. Third event for Trinity Brown. As we await the score from Maggie Holman.
You can see here, Brown just has to wait just a little bit. It seems like there might be a little bit of a conflict with the judging. That's always pretty common in the sport of gymnastics, actually.
9.8 is her high. She had that against the Panthers earlier this year. Second meeting between these two schools. That's one of the cool things when you have a smaller conference is you get home and homes. You get opportunities to see an opponent a second time. Of course, that's going to expand next year. You add in Cal and Stanford.
Yeah, and Cal and Stanford are two really, really strong NCAA gymnastics programs, and just adding them into the ACC conference will only continue to, again, just build the competitiveness that is the ACC.
Well, it looks like they've solved their differences or finished their dinner plans, whichever.
It always takes two judges at the regular season that they'll actually do 2 scores and then they'll average them to get the total score.
I love Amy Smith. I'm not listening in. I'm just walking by, curious what's going on here. Obviously invested. What a job she has done with the great facilities, but she's brought in some tremendous athletes. And
yeah, and she said
a hot start.
She'd started with Team 0, as she called it, had 7 athletes, and then moved on to what they called Team .5 with the addition of Madison Minner there, and now she's got her full team ready to go and in full force this season.
So it ends up being a 9.75 for Holman as Trinity Brown finally get that opportunity to go. We think.
See Brown here just getting ready to go. She just would love to do her floor routine, and I wouldn't blame her. And now you'll see Trinity Brown on floor.
It's kind of like when your parents are running the music and you're waiting for them to get it started.
Her first pass here, front through, straight into a double tuck. A stuck cold landing. It's always great to see over on floor athletes bring out their personality and just bring a lot of performativity over to this event. And actually, it's all part of the artistry deduction that athletes can get if they don't have as much showmanship. So that's been something that's been newer to the NCAA. It's been great to see the performance aspect of floor exercise just continue to improve. And Brown doing an excellent job of that over here. You can see here as Brown gears up for her second pass. Double pike, small lunge back, but a great floor routine. See, the Tigers are really excited here for this floor routine. See, she just starts really strong right out of the gate here with that front through, straight into a double tuck, and chest is up, no foot movement, really giving almost absolutely nothing there for the judges to take. Just that last double pike there. Again, a really, really great routine for Brown. And Tigers continuing to build momentum over on floor exercise.
Roto Matzo with a 9.675. So now time for Jordan Ewing. 9.825 is her best this season.
Ewing, the junior from Nova Scotia, bringing a lot of competition experience here to this Pittsburgh team. And regardless of how she does, she's always so aggressive. It's always great to watch her over here on beam. One of those athletes that just really commands attention when she does her gymnastics. Unfortunately, back handspring layout step out. Just a little bit crooked there, so has to come off. So unfortunately, a fall off the apparatus is a half a point deduction there. Again, really important for Ewing here to keep finishing up this beam routine really strong. Switch leap into a switch side beat jump. And a gainer full. Strong way for Ewing to finish up that beam routine. But definitely something that Pitt will want to be able to continue on and build from that routine for the rest of the lineup here. You see they're just a little bit off. And another look at that series. So that front foot slid just a little bit back, had to drop that chest, so unfortunately has to come off there. But again, there's that great dismount. Gainer full, stuck landing.
A 9.825 for Trinity Brown. And now Rebecca Wells, who has her season high against Pitt earlier this year with a 9.8.
Next to beat for Clemson is Rebecca Wells.
Third rotation for Wells.
Wells being a really, really strong competitor over on floor here. Starting off with a really, really impressive and difficult full in. Again, that is an E-level skill. One of the most difficult skills you can do here in NCAA gymnastics. Wells being such a great leader on this team. She's really added a lot to this program and has been, as Amy had said before, a gamer. So she's just a really fierce competitor, just raises the standards for this entire team. A really, really complicated, difficult second pass there. 1.5 straight into a double full. Great floor routine for Wells. Tiger's happy about that floor routine. So with that first pass there, you can see that full in. 2 flips, 1 twist, 1 solid landing. See, there's that 1.5 step out straight into a double full, so double twist. A really great landing there.
Started early for Wells. Her freshman year, she averaged a 9.8. Now Araya Simons up next. After Ewing's 9.15. Panthers followed up a mistake well earlier in this meet.
Simons continuing to just become her own here over on beam. Like we said, coming back from injury in her 4th season at Illinois State, has really just built through this entire season here. That hamstring back layout. Switch leap directly connected into a switch leap, and then a straddle jump quarter. Side aerial, beautiful chest up there on the landing. Just the dismount here, left for Araya. Front full, small step in the landing. But again, another really solid routine for Simons.
No flash photography during the course of tonight's meet. No flash photography.
Take another look here at that series. Back handspring, back layout, step out. You can see her dismount here, that layout full. Small step forward, but a lot of excitement, and she is definitely thrilled about that routine.
It's a good follow-up. Now Molly Arnold will follow up a 9.9. Well earned for Rebecca Wells.
And something really unique about this floor routine we're about to see here is that actually her last pass, which will be a full in, was prior her first pass. So it's pretty difficult to be able to build a routine like that.
Fortunately, Lauren Rutherford unavailable. She's ill tonight.
You can see actually that full in was her first pass tonight. regardless, a really complicated, really difficult skill and executed very, very well by Arnold.
Her NQS last year on floor was 9.845 as a freshman. Is at Utah State.
Goes to show how much experience she's had over on this event. It's always great to have a seasoned competitor just continue to build confidence throughout this lineup. You see that second pass there, a 2.5 punch front. Again, another really, really solid last pass, really difficult as well. And a great routine for Arnold. Take another look here at that full in, huge full in. Be a little bit of a chest down landing, but regardless, super powerful there. And there's that 2.5 punch front tuck. The beautiful stuck landing.
A Pitt high for Araya Simons on beam, 9.85. And then the Panthers right back in this with Raina Garvey and Copperwheat next.
Garvey competed at this event over at the NCAA Regionals last year. So has a lot of experience and brings a lot of confidence over to this Panther beam lineup, as head coach Casey Joe had said. Really excited to have her back from an unfortunate injury prior to season. Starting off, beautiful back handspring, back layout. Front tuck, executed very well there. Split jump to double stag jump. Again, another more unique combination. Garvey, just an athlete that, again, not only builds experience, but she also just is a really fun athlete as well. Brings a lot of energy to everything that she does. Just the dismount here. Piked front gainer, stuck landing. Wow, she is excited about that. Take another look at that dismount there. Beautiful straight legs, pointed toes.
We're up just north of the city of Pittsburgh, and what a routine.
Really a lot of energy, a lot of spunk from Garvey. Somebody who's always able to get the team riled up and excited and brings it every single day, no matter what she's doing.
Molly Arnold with a 9.825, and now Bree Clark. Look at that average. It's an average.
You can see here, this currently is ranked the 16th best floor routine in the nation. So absolutely a treat here for the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse. Starting off with a double layout. Chest is down just a little bit, so takes a little step forward. But again, you can see her teammates in the back there just continuing on with her floor routine, dancing with her, helping to bring the energy to this away meet for the Clemson Tigers. What's great to see over here on floor with Clark is that she, again, really does bring out a lot of energy over on floor. A lot of great performance. Makes it look effortless.
Last year, 4 times Clark had a 9.95 on floor. 11 times a 9.9.
Just goes to show how much she brings to this Tiger team and how reliable she is every single weekend. Second pass here for Clark. Front layout, front full, front tuck, and again, another stuck cold landing. What a routine for Clark.
You know it's good when the home fans start getting into it a little bit.
Yeah, as Amy Smith had said, it takes a lot to be able to bring your own energy, and you can see that the Tigers really have done a fantastic job all night of that. Just, again, bringing energy to each event, and momentum, you know, is really, really important. Even have an attitude and energy pillar for their program that they really rely on, and their control of everything. Clark here definitely happy about that floor routine.
Allie Copperwheat, the final competitor on beam.
Copperwheat we see again here being added into the beam lineup a little bit later on in the season after having an off-season shoulder surgery. She's come back super strong for this Panther team.
Try to picture a blind entry on beam.
That's actually a new mount for her this year, has added it in. But Copperwheat has been, again, a staple for the Panthers for 3 years now, being a junior, has competed in the NCAA regionals twice, both her freshman and her sophomore year, last year in the all-around. Beam is one of those events that Copperwheat is really known for.
This after a 9-8 from Raina Garvey.
Copperwheat just always has a nice rhythm to her routines. From the nice pauses and accentuating all of those landings that she has. Just the dismount here, left for Copperwheat. Round off 1.5, small hop forward. But again, a really solid routine, and Pittsburgh was really excited about that one. Take another look at that series there. Back handspring, back layout, step out. Maybe a little bit off, but she does a really great job of just trying to cover it up. Round off 1.5, small hop forward, but really great routine. And Pittsburgh was really relying on that to be able to knock out the lower score from Ewing and continue to build over on that event leading into the last event.
You see some of the numbers as she gets a little treatment after it's over. Regional qualifier, all Eagle first team on 3 events, with 2 events in the all-around, and all Eagle first team in the tournament in the all-around, and bars as a freshman, along with being the rookie of the year in the conference.
Yeah, there's nobody like Copperwheat that Pitt would like to end their rotation with over on beam.
Madison Minner will end the rotation on floor for Clemson, at least those scores that count.
As Minner gets ready for her first pass here.
Saw Bree Clark with the 9-9.
Minner with a really nice front double full. Again, that E-level skill, really difficult, executed very well. Front 1.5 to back layout, step out. Again, an athlete who's really just proved their own and fought their way into lineups. What a great story to have, and a great role model for the rest of the team.
And fought her way on not just to a lineup, but one of the best floor lineups, the best in the ACC, one of the best in the country, to find her way in there. Yeah,
Coach Amy Smith said it takes a lot of hard work, and you know that she had been working really, really hard to even get a spot on the team, let alone a spot in the lineup. So she's really been somebody that this whole team looks up to and has a lot of respect for.
So a pair of 9.9s, a pair of 9.825s, and a 9.75 for Clemson on the floor. 9.675, 9.725, a couple of 9.8s, and a 9.85 for the Panthers on beam. So you see Clemson huddling up. Kennedy Duke will do an exhibition for the Panthers. As you said, she kind of works her way back into competition shape or sharpness.
Again, Duke here, another athlete who has competed in beam a couple times prior to this sophomore season, but really has stepped into her own on each of these events for Pitt. Finding her role and her voice throughout this entire team has been something she's been much improved on this season. Back handspring layout, step out. Small wobble, but looking very confident.
Minner with a 9.825, so Clemson will drop a 9.75.
Side arrow to split jump. Switch leap, split jump. Just the dismount left here for Duke. Round off 1.5 to a stuck landing. And what a routine from Duke. Just putting in the fight every single week. Definitely will make it hard for head coach Casey Joe.
So Kennedy Duke with a stuck on the landing. Panthers led after the first rotation. Clemson now a half-point lead, but they go to beam as we continue here in Pittsburgh.
Greatness is a feeling, a moment, a choice, unrelenting, a team effort. Greatness is accomplishing on this field and this one. Greatness is more than winning the game. It's changing it. Greatness is what we do. Accomplish greatness.
Question. What would you get with almost $750?
Easy. I'd buy a smartwatch like that guy.
Makes sense. Use that GPS for your poor sense of direction.
Excuse me? My grandfather was a homing pigeon. My internal compass is genetic.
Must have skipped a generation.
I'm a walking GPS.
Okay. Which way is north? Okay, that's up, not north.
I should get the watch.
Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds to spend on whatever you dream up.
It is for every meet. You see there's some type of theme that goes in, not just here at Clemson, at almost every meet that you go to.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time you're at a gymnastics competition, there's a lot of great opportunities to make a statement. And that's something that Pitt has been really big on every single season, and they really are about making a statement and being able to raise awareness for certain things.
Is that something you guys would discuss, like, hey, I'd love to do this, we should do this?
Yeah, it was always a discussion amongst the group and the coaches, and just being able to figure out kind of where things fit, and obviously, you know, doing the planning behind it was always really important as well.
Well, the lights are coming back on. We still have a tight competition. We're through 3 rotations. The Clemson Tigers with a half-point lead here at the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse of the University of Pittsburgh. Fitzgerald Fieldhouse here at the University of Pittsburgh, and Clemson with a half-point lead as we head into the final rotation. The Panthers go over to floor, and the Tigers over to beam. And we have seen this slightly change over the course of time here as the Tigers fell behind early. The Panthers impressive on vault, and Bedminster again got Pitt off to a great start.
Yeah, it's always important to start the meet really, really strong. We saw that here from really both teams, and both teams have really done a great job just continuing to build momentum through each rotation and looking to finish strong here on both sides.
And you see the Clemson Tigers in that second rotation, 3 scores of 9.8 or higher, and took that slight lead and then went out on the floor. And Rebecca Wells with a 9.9 is good, as we saw from Bree Clark. Rebecca Wells was really good as well.
Yeah, you can see that 9.9, a career high for Wells, and something I know she's been vying for this season. It's been great to see the depth and the growth from this Tiger lineup over on floor, and they've really just done an outstanding job, and looking forward to continuing that over on beam.
And the Panthers, after a fall, they step up with a 9.85, a 9.898, 9.725. So Pitt really picked up its game when they needed to on beam to kind of stay in a position where they have another solid floor. They've got a chance to win this.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously scores aren't something that everybody always focuses on, but it's hard not to whenever you're in the sport of gymnastics. And I know the girls probably know what they need on this event, but again, it's all just about one event, one turn at a time, one athlete at a time.
Easier said than done, or can you actually do that?
Easier said than done, for sure, for sure. It takes a lot of training to do that, but again, every coach, both head coach Casey Joe and Amy Smith, both talked about really just bringing their energy to each event and just being able to stay focused on one thing at a time. And really, that's something that they train for in the gym, and really looking forward to executing that and just doing the gymnastics that they know how to do day in and day out on each day of training.
Panthers will start for Casey Joe McPherson on floor with Sierra Ward. Then Kaylee Larson, who's coming off a 9.9 for the freshman. Another freshman and Emily Todd. And then Bedminster, Copperwheat, and Ewing to close out for the Panthers on floor. For Clemson, Lily Lippett, Quinn Cool, Rebecca Wells, Kylan McCright, Bree Clark, and Sierra Church. As you see, a lot of youth, 3 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and the lone senior Wells. And Wells, who is having herself a heck of a night here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I know she is probably looking forward to just continuing that momentum and being the only senior in this beam lineup, just really helping to rally the team and give the energy that this team needs to finish up the night strong here.
Amy Smith's last words to Lippett. You see Hallie Copperwheat and the Panthers getting ready for floor. Panthers have 4 scores of 9.85 or higher against North Carolina in the win here last week. Clemson Tigers, after tonight, will go to NC State and then home to North Carolina.
We'll see as the freshman Lippett here gets us started over on beam for the Tigers. Like we had said, it's great to see another freshman leading off this beam routine. That means that head coach Amy Smith has a lot of confidence in her, bringing a lot of prior experience from her elite days, which is really that highest level of gymnastics that an athlete can do.
Always a great song.
Absolutely. It's always about having a little bit of fun and choosing a song that helps you to stay calm. Side arrow straight into a split jump. Been really solid here so far. Really, really confident. You can tell she does not compete like a freshman for sure.
Had a 9.85 against the Panthers previously.
See, just the dismount here. Standing front gainer full to a stuck landing. And what a way for the Tigers to get started on their final event here in the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse tonight. Take another look here at that dismount. Pretty unique that she just kind of stands at the end of the beam there and doesn't get any momentum other than just the swing of her leg.
I know her fish, Dabo Swimming, is watching, so, and very proud of how Lily did. What a name for a fish. Dabo Swimming. Sierra Ward will lead off for the Panthers on floor.
Ward here, again, just being a staple in this Pittsburgh floor lineup. Being the 5th-year senior that she is, brings a lot of experience and a lot of wonderful leadership to this program.
All-legal tournament first team on floor last year.
Sierra is just such a competitor. It's been great to watch her again continue to grow through each of her seasons here at Pitt. Front full, front layout. Something to watch here from all of these floor routines from this Pittsburgh lineup is they do a fantastic job of just showing off all of their routines. The choreography done by Coach Alina has just been fantastic. Really personalizes it to each athlete. Switch leap, Forte into a wolf jump full. And just the last pass here for Ward. I'm seeing a lot of two-pass routines here from Pittsburgh, which as long as they fulfill their requirements, everything is good, and they get all their bonus to start from a 10. And a great lead-off routine there from Ward. Take another look here. Both her passes, but here is her front full to front layout. You always want to see on these bounding passes that the second skill rises higher than the first skill. You can see there, they're about even, so regardless, still a really great routine, ending with that front 1.5, just called a Rudy.
Lippitt with a 9.825. And now the 5'8" freshman from Holly Springs, Quinn Cool.
This is the first time we'll see Cool here tonight. Beam being one of her real specialties here. You see here, starting off with a really difficult triple series, so a skill that has 3 separate skills in it. Very difficult. Switch leap to beat jump. It's always great to see the athletes looking relaxed and calm over on beam. Reminder to those who don't know, the beam's actually only 4 inches wide, so it's definitely a little bit smaller than the width of maybe your phone.
I'm sure it seems bigger when you're up there.
You might think, you try not to think about it, that is for sure. And just the dismount left here for Cool. Round off 1.5 to a stuck landing. Great way for Clemson to continue on the momentum they have going over on beam.
A freshman on the road.
You can see there's that triple series, just small balance error, but regardless, she finishes the rest of her team really confident. You can see that round off 1.5, here's that stuck landing, no foot movement.
Sierra Ward with a 9.775. Kaylee Larson, who's coming off a 9.9 against North Carolina.
That was a career high for Larson last weekend, so I'm sure she's looking to continue on with the momentum she has going from last Friday. Larson being from California and being part of a very talented freshman class here that Pitt has brought in. Starting off with a double tuck. Another one of those athletes that just really continued to improve every single week. Starting off being a freshman and just working her way into the lineups, and now has really done an excellent job. Front layout, front full. Another really solid landing there. And a really great routine from Larson. Continues to build from that momentum that she had last weekend. Taking another look here at that first pass, that round off bike handspring double tuck, super high, chest is up. Really great landing. And there's that second pass, her last pass there, front layout, front full. See big smile on her face, and her teammates also have a bunch of big smiles, continuing to bring the energy to that last event for Pittsburgh.
Quinn Cool with a 9.75, and the final of 4 rotations for Rebecca Wells. Look at that average.
Just goes to show how much confidence this team has in her, not only on beam, but really on every event.
9.85 earlier this year against Pitt.
See, she just really also demands attention and a lot of great confidence. Really complicated leap combination there. Adds a lot of bonus to her routine. Back handspring, back layout. No hesitation on that landing. You can tell she's really confident here.
She's dialed in tonight.
Absolutely. That's what it takes to be a fierce competitor. Round off double full. Gorgeous stuck landing. What a way for Wells to finish out her evening here. Just the confidence that she has in that back handspring, back layout. Fantastic. No hesitation, no balance errors. There's that round off double full to a beautiful stuck landing.
Clemson, 3 really good, and what they need is solid routines here on beam with a half-point lead heading into this final rotation. Kaylee Larson with a 9.825. Now Emily Todd is up next, the freshman. Then Bedminster, Copperweight, and Ewing.
You see Todd here being one of the athletes, again, that we had just seen from Rebecca Wells, but she is an athlete competing 4 different events tonight, so she is eligible to compete in the all-around, which is where you add up all 4 scores of the night from the athlete, and then that comes to a total score. So Todd is looking to finish strong here for her night at the field house. Starting off with a double pike. Front layout, front full. See a great leap combination as she prepares for her final pass here of the evening. Round off back handspring, double tuck. Really solid routine again there for Pittsburgh. Just continuing to fight everywhere that they can here to catch up to the Tigers. You see here this double tuck, this double pike, her opening pass there. There's that second pass, that front full, front layout.
McCrite is up next after a 9.925 for Rebecca Wells.
Again, this Tiger beam rotation has been so far lights out, fantastic. Just really looking forward to continuing to build routine after routine. And I know McCrite is looking to do that here.
The 9.925 from Wells is a career high at Clemson and ties a career high overall.
You see there, beat jump to tuck full to another beat jump, a really complicated jump combination there.
Sophomore transfer. If you're a Pitt fan, you might remember her from the 9.9 against the Panthers earlier. She had a 9.925 at Utah State on beam. It's quite a lineup that Clemson has.
Absolutely. Clemson has done a fantastic job, and you can see McCrite there again, sticking her dismount, side gainer full. A really, really great routine again. And really just nailing those dismounts is what helps to just continue to add to the scores and really helps to just put an exclamation mark on everything that Clemson's been doing here.
Emily Todd with a 9.8. Bedminster, Julia Bedminster. Again, a huge start on vault. We saw last time at home. And she followed that up with a really good performance on floor. Panthers need a really good one here.
Yeah, Bedminster coming off that career high, just continuing to build each weekend. Has done a fantastic job again here tonight. Another really great performer here over on floor. Starting off with a double tuck, really high, very dynamic. Another, like I said, really, really fun routine. You can see she works the crowd, has the facial expressions, and that's what really helps to elevate a floor routine. See, second pass here from Bedminster. Round off 1.5 layout to a really great stuck landing. Really, really great routine there from Bedminster. You see here that round off by handspring double tuck being her opening pass. Just really, really high off the floor. And there's that last pass, that 1.5 front layout.
McCrite with a 9.825. And now Bree Clark is already up on beam.
Clark coming off of another phenomenal floor routine. A really, really difficult standing front tuck to straddle jump. That takes a lot of strength in order to do that, and it's really great to see, again, variation in this Clemson Tiger beam lineup. That back handspring, back layout. Unfortunately, she has to come off there. Straddle jump to straddle quarter. And front full dismount, small step in the landing. So the unfortunate fall there from Clark. So again, we're looking to see Clemson to drop this score, but you can see there's that series where that right foot was, her right heel was just a little bit off the beam, but there's that dismount, that front full.
Bedminster with a 9.875 for the Panthers, with Hallie Copperwheat up next. Panthers trailing by a little over a half point. Of course, that's going to fluctuate because Clemson want to drop Bree Clark's score, but you're going to see that count here when the scores change.
And again, having Copperwheat back in the lineup here for Pittsburgh this season has been a game changer for them. Been really strong on floor all season, but has really continued to excel the later half so far. Front through to a double pike. Talk about the heartbeat of this team. She's really a leader both in and outside of the gym. Someone that not only has experience, but has a lot of leadership skills here for this Pittsburgh team. Just the last pass here for Hallie. Round off by handspring, double tuck. Fortunately, it looks like she just missed her leg there on the double. So an unfortunate fall there for Pittsburgh, also probably looking to drop that score. Take another look here at that first pass, that round up, that front tuck through to double pike. Here's a look at that last pass there. You can see she just kind of grabs her legs a little bit awkwardly there in that double tuck, so couldn't quite get the rotation that she needed.
Next beat for Clemson, Sierra Church.
So a 9-3 for Clark, and now Sierra Church, the final competitor on beam for the Tigers.
And this is a really vital routine here for the Tigers in order to be able to drop that unfortunate fall from Clark.
And Church, a freshman.
Big task for a freshman, but she's definitely at the end of the lineup for a reason. Being confident. Back hand, swing back layout. Small balance check there. Split three-quarters. Nice jump combination. Side aerial to a wolf jump. See her smile there after that landing. Just the dismount here left for Church. Round off 1.5 to a stuck landing, and what a great way for the Tigers to finish up that beam rotation. Definitely going to be able to drop that fall from Clark and really finish up this meet super, super strong. Take another look here. There's that back handspring, back layout. Just a little bit of a balance check, but she's really fighting her way through this routine whenever her team needs it most.
What a performance. They needed her. Freshman on the road, a conference rival. And you see the emotion on that Tigers sideline. So Jordan Ewing next up for the Panthers.
You can see that average there from Ewing. Has really, again, been a staple in this floor lineup. so far for 3 seasons.
9-9-2-5 against North Carolina last week.
And again, Pittsburgh in that same position that we just saw with Clemson, having another vital routine in order to drop the unfortunate fall from Copperweave. Starting with a 1.5 front layout. Another one of those excellent performers for Pittsburgh over on floor. A lot of emotion goes into her floor routine. Just the last pass here for Jordan to close out the Panthers for the night. Now up by handspring. Double tuck. Really great landing and a really solid routine. Again, will help to drop that lower score for Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, I don't think it'll be just quite enough there for Pittsburgh to catch the Tigers, but again, a really solid way for the Panthers to finish out their night here at home. There's another look at that double tuck.
So Jordan Ewing with a solid finish. Sierra Church with a 9-8 to finish for the Tigers on the beam. Clemson needed to hit 5 of 6 on the beam. They hit 5 of 6 on the beam, and Lily Kurak will be an exhibition.
Kurak, just a freshman here, continuing to build confidence and competitive experience, and like head coach Amy Smith had said, she's really all about just making sure that she has depth in all of her lineups and are able to change people in and out as needed to help with sickness or preserving everybody and staying healthy throughout this entire competitive season is definitely something that Clemson has done a great job of. Beautiful front toss in a pike position there. Beat jump to split 3/4. I know Amy Smith will definitely be proud of her team here for coming back after a little bit of a rockier beam rotation last week, but has really, really finished out the meet strong here.
That's a great point. I mean, Tigers, it's the only reason they have a loss in the ACC was the struggles on beam, and they attacked it and destroyed it, really.
Absolutely. A lights out performance here from Clemson over on beam. What a way to get revenge.
49-1-2-5. And a good finish for the Panthers on floor. Jordan Ewing with a 9-9.
Absolutely. Again, Jordan Ewing, a really, really strong competitor, and what a way to finish over there on floor for the Panthers. But we will have an exhibition from Kennedy Duke.
Thought she was going to start singing along.
It's always about staying loose in the sport of gymnastics. I always appreciate taking the pressure off of yourself and just, like you said, going out there, having fun, doing what you're doing every single day in training. A lot of these girls can basically do all this stuff in their sleep. Duke starting here with a double tuck.
I think Duke has helped herself today with a couple of exhibitions that she's done.
Yeah, absolutely. Duke has done a great job tonight of really proving herself on each of the lineups. And although she only was actually in the lineup for one event, she was able to exhibition on 3 others and so far has hit all 3 of her exhibition routines. So again, that always makes it really challenging on the coaches for lineups for every single weekend. And that's something that, again, Pittsburgh has really been focusing on this year, has just really been helping to tap into all the depth that they have within this team, having a lot of transfers and a lot of athletes train some more events this season. It's been something that Pittsburgh's really looked to grow on. 1.5 front layout. Really solid performance from Duke here. And again, this is another one of those events that Duke added in really this year. She did not compete it much last year. But again, a really solid exhibition routine and a great way for the Panthers to close out their night in the field house.
So Kennedy Duke solid on the floor. Panthers were able to cut into that Clemson lead, just not enough. Individual winners as we continue here from the University of Pittsburgh. So some really good gymnastics here at Pitt tonight. And it started off with, again, Jalea Bedminster.
That Yurchenko full stuck landing, a gorgeous way to start the meet with a 9-9 for Bedminster.
And after the first rotation, it was the Panthers in the lead, thanks in part to Bedminster over on bars.
Let's see here, Simon's doing an incredible ray. Then her dismount, really strong performance here from Simons as well.
And it was razor thin lead over on beam. Raina Garvey impressive again this week.
Yeah, Garvey's done a great job every single week and just nails the dismount, stuck landing, big smile on her face.
While the Panthers were good on beam, Clemson again really good on floor and then beam themselves.
Yeah, you can see Clark here really just taking it home and just doing an excellent floor routine, just really dynamic tumbling, great landings, and just leads this rotation here for the Tigers on floor.
If the night belonged to the Tigers as a team, it belonged to Rebecca Wells as an individual. She was really impressive, was the senior tonight.
Yeah, Wells was great all around on all 4 events tonight. She was a really strong performer, just really consistent, which is, you know, why she's part of a lead by example team and a really competitive athlete. You can just tell from each event she just demanded great gymnastics, and she did that here tonight.
She was really a leader for this Clemson team as the Tigers, as you see Wells' scores, 9.775 is the low. A couple of 9.9s. What a night for Rebecca Wells at 39.45 for the senior from Tennessee. As the Clemson Tigers will win this event here in Pittsburgh, go to 4-1 in the conference. It is the first season for Clemson. As you see, Panthers led after that first rotation. It was tight after the second. Clemson had, you know, through the floor exercise, had built out a lead. The Panthers cut it back a little, but just not enough.
Yeah, we saw really the Tigers just kind of nipping at the heels here of those Panthers, and were just able to really kind of catch up when it came to that floor rotation for the Tigers. But all in all, a really great night for both teams here. It was really excellent to see great ACC competition and a great redemption meet, honestly, for Pittsburgh to just continue to build throughout the season.
And for Clemson as well. They're now 4-1, coming off their only loss in program history last week. And they follow that up. Now they get the 2 Carolina schools to the Clemson Tigers in the next 2 weeks. One on the road at NC State, then UNC at home. Panthers are at North Carolina next Friday, and then home to NC State on a Sunday, coming up a couple weeks after Super Bowl Sunday. You see that schedule. Of course, at West Virginia is always a big meet for the Panthers in the backyard brawl. Then that Bowling Green before the Nashville invite and the first ever ACC championships. And some things for the Panthers to be happy about. 195.9, good solid score. Just Clemson was a little better, especially there at the end.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's a lot to build on, but regardless, a lot of great experience and a lot of great confidence boosting that happened on both sides here. Like we said, Clemson being able to come back on that beam rotation and just continue from the last meet where they had a little bit of trouble, but come back with a vengeance tonight over on beam.
Panthers, their 5th loss of the season. I think you see that momentum kind of going in the right direction after a little slow start. Starting to see Panthers, one, get a few people back healthy. We're seeing Kennedy Duke work her way back into where she might be an all-around next time out.
See really Garvey and Copperwheat making it back into the lineups makes a big difference here.
You know, and National Girls and Women in Sport Day, and you see all the kids that are here and that look up to all the athletes and what an example that they set for them. It's really awesome to see. Kids waiting around, you know what they want. A little selfie, a little autograph.
Everybody wants a little one of those.
I think she's already got the swag to be a gym. Like, she's ready.
Absolutely.
Good crowd here at Pittsburgh. The crowds at Little John have been unbelievable for Clemson. Over 8,000 a couple of times.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just being able to compete in an arena like that. I know Pitt was down there earlier in the season and got to experience that level of gymnastics competition. That level of support from the fans is just incredible. So I know that they're looking forward to continuing that on here as we go out through the rest of the season, but especially looking ahead at that ACC Conference Championships. That'll be the first of its kind for the ACC Conference, and that's really, really exciting for them.
Be the only time it'll only be 4 teams as it jumps up to 6 the following season. Panthers fall to Clemson, but who are some of the individual winners? Let's go to Colin Sisk for the announcements.
Fans, it's time for final scores and awards. We'll begin with our individual event champions, starting on vault. On vault, with a high individual score of 9.90, for the Pitt Panthers, Jalea Bedminster. Next, we'll move to the uneven bars. On bars, with a high individual score of 9.825, for the Pitt Panthers, Araya Simons. We'll move to the balance beam. On beam, with a score of 9.925, for the Clemson Tigers, Rebecca Wells. Next, we'll move to the floor exercise. On floor, in a 3-way tie at 9.90, for the Clemson Tigers, Rebecca Wells. Also for the Clemson Tigers, Bree Clark. And for your Pitt Panthers, Jordan Ewing. In the all-around, in first place with a score of 39.450 across all 4 apparatuses, for the Clemson Tigers, Rebecca Wells.